Hola, this is Miss Kat from Casa de Paz Montessori. This is our second video on what is Montessori education. So in the previous video, we talked about how Montessori education is about preparing ourselves and preparing our environment, a lot of education to understand human development. In order to prepare ourselves and prepare an environment, we must learn about the absorbent mind, about the stage of development that our child is in, so we know what to look for when we're observing and we're preparing this environment. And then it is also very important that we talk about ways that you can practice Montessori at home for parents or other caregivers, and what Montessori is and what Montessori is not. So let's start with what it's not. And I'm gonna just share some things that I've heard over the past few months about what Montessori education is. Not that they're wrong completely, I just want to clarify what it is and what it's not. So a lot of times I hear, well, Montessori is where children learn at their own pace. They get to choose activities of their interest. That is true. Every student in the Montessori classroom develops at their own pace and gets to choose activities. The guide presents lessons as the guide sees the child is ready. However, I think a misconception is such as, well, my child likes Paw Patrol, so that's what should be put in the classroom. Or my child likes candy, so we should use candy in the classroom. Or they like Spider-Man, so we should use Spider-Man workbooks to encourage them. That is not Montessori. That's traditional education. That's ways that traditional educators engage children's interest. That's very different from Montessori education. While we do try to engage their interest, we want to know what sort of activities and interests they have. That's not necessarily going to guide the preparation of our environment, because the preparation of the environment is to serve the developmental needs of the child, not whatever they saw on TV, but where they are in their motor, language, social, emotional development, and how we can serve them with what we learned in our training would be appropriate methods and ways to engage and encourage children to aid their development. And a lot of times we don't need to bring in special or character things into the environment. We need to just be prepared ourselves and provide beautiful, simple, scientifically created material and activities that engage the senses, the mind, the body, and spirit. So again, just to clarify, that it's not necessarily, oh, well, my kids are really into this TV show, so this is what we're gonna do. That's sweet and that's fun. You can do that at home, but that's not necessarily what we mean by following the child. When we mean follow the child, we mean follow where their development is, what they're showing you that their needs are, and meet those needs, ideally with real life experiences and connection with your family and real people, instead of imaginary cartoons at this age, under the age of 6. It is what Montessori is not. It is not a play kitchen or play wooden toys. It is not wooden toys. It's not any toys. Montessori is not toys. And it's not material. You can have a beautiful Montessori classroom full of the most expensive material, but if you don't understand human development and how to present these material at the right time without giving too much information while you're talking and using it as a teacher prop instead of a developmental tool, then you're not doing Montessori. And that's why we're trained in this. You know, it's a 1 to 3 year long training to understand how to engage and present things to children in a Montessori classroom. We don't recommend you buy the Montessori material at home. A lot of the toys that people think are Montessori, Montessori is not a toy. It's not a thing, but it is a philosophy, right? It's an understanding of human development, and there are beautiful books and resources that can guide you in preparing your environment. But if you'll see in most of those books and resources, they shouldn't recommend you buy expensive material, because children don't need expensive material. We have developed as humans for thousands and thousands of years without expensive material or toys. We just don't need them. If you're able to afford some of that, that's great. Some of the at-home recommended materials, but you can make a lot of these, or you can provide for that experience with just natural items that you already have at home. Most importantly, what our children really, really need from us, the way that we can help our children at home, is by being present, by listening, getting down to their level, really listening to what they're saying, engaging with them, participating in their dialogue, in their play, and always inviting them to participate in family life, inviting them to cook, inviting them to clean, inviting them to organize the home, inviting them for walks. For whatever it is that you enjoy doing, you invite your child to do. That is Montessori, and that's how you can aid your children at home, is by welcoming your child, and then also listening to your child and engaging with when they lead their play and they invite you into their imagination. That's a beautiful way to engage. But as parents, what they need from us is for us to really involve them in everything that we do, rather than give them separate things to do that are toys or other activities. They don't need that. They need to be with the parents, engaging in what parents are doing. And throughout time, you'll see that if you provide child-sized material that are real, for cleaning and organizing and creating, they will eventually become more and more independent of you. So I hope that this is helpful, and we'll dive a little bit deeper in further videos.